Well, it is a Saturday morning. We got a call this morning that our concession stand had been broken into, so joy, we get to go check that out. You know, just a little trailer. I do have security. Hopefully we will get some clear footage. I know you spend, I'll be honest, I spent not so much on the security system. It's pretty decent, but I think you have to get high dollar to end up getting clear night vision and stuff like that. But hopefully, you know, they were close enough that we got something on the footage. I got my monitor here in the truck. And we're gonna go see what we can do. See if we can catch them mothers. Anyway, it's more than likely kids. This happened to us once before. Ended up building a more secure service window. They pretty much, this year they just reached in, were able to get their hands in and steal candy. Last year we actually got the incident on the news. We didn't get interviewed or anything, but they broke into our stand over in the next town over and ended up stealing a bunch of ice cream. You know, the ice cream, the candy, all that, you can kind of, you know, that's water under the bridge. But it's the equipment. If they mess with the equipment, that's where the money comes in. We've got a nacho cheese warmer. You know, that's $300 to $500 there. We've got a soft serve machine, which I know they didn't get that soft serve machine out. I'll be very surprised. That thing probably weighs, I don't know, it's a chore for someone even as big as I am to lift up on the counter, let alone trying to pull it down. It's really a two-man job. And I'm talking about two grown men job. You know, microwave, some freezers, refrigerators. What else? Shaved ice machine, that's about $1,500 there to replace. But I doubt they got out with any of that, but we shall see. Start in the morning, I was planning on, I got my packages, I was dropping by the post office. I got 3 today. And I was going to maybe hit up a couple garage sales this morning. I was going to dump the trailer. I have to dump the gray water about every other day, every third day, depending on how busy it is. But, hey, adapt and overcome. Anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee. Maybe I'll get some footage of the trailer, and if there's anything to see, but I will report back. See you in a few. Well, folks, I just left the concession stand. Looks like I'm going to have to replace some glass. They ended up, I think it was more vandalism than anything else. Probably a group of kids that one was trying to impress the rest of them. I don't know, it just seems like there is a loss of sense of value when somebody can just go tear up somebody else's property or steal from them. I mean, it's really all related. I know kids will be kids, but I think it's a lack of, I want to say it's more on parenting. I know, you know, parents can't control peer pressure or a sense of kids wanting to try to fit in. But it's like last week, you know, I ended up with an egg on the side of my truck. You know, they think it's just an egg, it'll wash off, but it doesn't. I just think that if parents took a stand and explained to their children that, number one, eggs don't just wash off of vehicles. They don't just wash off of houses. I still got remnants of eggs on the side of my the front of my house that we still haven't been able to keep to get completely cleaned off. I mean, I've got the eggs hosed off immediately, but I still have, I want to say mold, some kind of fungus that grows on the spots where that, I'm assuming the proteins of the egg didn't come completely off. It's like this glass. I mean, I'm probably going to be out. I need 3 pieces of this glass made, and I'm only imagining it's probably going to cost me about $150. Yeah, it's not as much as it could have been if they would have gotten in, tore up any of our equipment, but still, it's money that is you're not expecting to pay out. I mean, I'll make that within a couple, 3 to 4 hours at that stand, running our, day-to-day business. But it's just the principle of the things, and I think that, I don't know, I don't even think it's just the kids. I think it's just the state of the world today. I mean, you look at, some of the major things going on in the news today. I just don't think that there's a sense of value that young adults and youth have today. I don't know. It's just, I guess it is what it is, and I don't know if anything will ever change, but it pretty much just sucks. I mean, it's a Saturday. I'm hoping that the glass place will be open. If they are, I'm hoping they could probably cut me, those 3 pieces of glass fairly quickly. But if not, I'm going to have to, not just the money out for supplies, but, my time. Time is money. And it's not that it's taken too terribly much away from my eBay business, but it's still time all the same. I had plans of going out and maybe doing some thrifting, maybe hit a couple of garage sales today, but now I have to I have to deal with this and go cut out the plywood if I can't get the glass made, go back in, screw it in. I'm probably going to hook up a 4th camera, because the camera placement I had it mainly focused toward the service window, where I've had experience of people breaking in the past. I had a camera on the entry door into the trailer, and I have a camera inside, more for employee safety, because we do have young adults, teens, working the stand. But I guess now I'm going to have to go and put a camera on the outside facing the parking lot. I did catch a few people. It's funny, I got a guy. You didn't see anything, but you know just by the way he was standing there on the side, the bushes at the side of the trailer, you could see that they some guy was taking the lead. I caught another couple that noticed that I had cameras and decided to smile and wave. And I had another guy walking in front of the trailer, but now I have to go back and review the footage inside and see if I could see any movement when they actually broke the glass, because I didn't have anything pointing at that window. I didn't have anything pointing outside that side of the trailer. So, lesson learned. It's part of doing this type of business. People think they can just get away. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would just want to smash and go. Like I said, they didn't steal anything. They weren't able to get into the trailer, which is all good, but I do have to end up buying and replacing the glass. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to see if I can find someone to cut that glass for me. I guess I could go get some plexiglass and cut it, but that'll just be an easier barrier of entry, if that's what you want to call it, for someone to get in if I just put plexiglass in there. So anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. I will be back. Well, I went to the post office and dropped off my packages. As I was out doing my running around, I stopped by the glass place, and wasn't near as much damage to the old pocketbook as I originally thought. It's only going to be $6.50 per pane, so I ran up to, I think it was $20.67. I won't be able to get it done today. We're looking at Tuesday. They could have done it by Monday, but we are going down to see the eclipse. So we are closing up shop on Sunday and Monday. So we won't be back in town until Monday night. So I'll pick it up on Tuesday and just slide them right in. It's just louvered glass. They didn't have the same thickness. I'm going a little bit thicker, so it might be a little tighter getting that glass in. But yeah, so I saw this estate sale sign while I was up here doing my running around, so I thought I'd stop in and check that out. Then I'm going to probably get me a bite to eat, since I had to skip breakfast this morning, which is not a good idea. And what else? Oh, and there's a thrift store up here that I'd like to go in and check out every once in a while, so I'll probably do that. So that's where we are. Look, there's a garage sale sign right there. Maybe I'll swing back around and check that out. 2 garage sale signs. I only took out $40 from my account because I wasn't planning. I was kind of planning on going to a couple garage sales, but after the fiasco this morning with the window, I didn't get any cash from the house or anything. So I just stopped by the bank, did the fast cash. And now I'm on my way. Overall, it's a real nice area to live in up here. I like it. I'm originally from Oklahoma, southern Missouri, spent some time there, and then up in Kansas City doing a little bit of school, but I didn't end up getting my certificate of completion. Back then, that's what it was. So I left that area, went back back down to Oklahoma, and ended up joining the military. Spent 8 years in the Air Force, and then that Air Force is what brought me up to Northwest, and then the rest is history. That's where I'm at now. Ended up getting married, had a couple kids, got divorced, got married again, adopted my current wife's two, and we had one together. All girls. Yes, it was pretty much hell. Okay, well, I think this is the sale up here on the right. Oh, there's one there on the left as well. So we'll stop in here and check it out. Okay, that one had pretty much all children's clothes, children's toys, nothing. I mean, they had some dart guns there, but nothing spectacular. So I ended up going to the estate sale. Everything was 50% off. Picked up some jewelry pieces, some things I didn't even know what they were. I just speculated. So I picked them up mainly for investigation, just to give me something to look up and look for so I can expand my knowledge on jewelry. I also picked up 3 vintage scrapbooks. They appear to be unused. Picked up this hat. My wife is a cross between a bulldog and an Indian. When she's not on the warpath, she's sitting on her ass growling. No, I'm not going to show my wife that. And I picked up these icicles, 2 packages of those. I picked up this matching set of salt and pepper shakers. They're metal. I don't know what kind of metal, but I thought they were pretty cool. They look like maybe pheasant, but I will be looking those up. I just thought they were unusual. I like to pick up unusual items, things I haven't seen before, and yeah, a lot of stuff I pick up, it's waiting for that one buyer that's out there looking for something similar. It may not even be metal. I do the old magnet test. They sure feel metal. They got some nice weight to them. But anyway, yeah, pick up some odd items and things that I find interesting, and especially when I'm picking up these smalls. But I'll do the investigation when I get back to the house. I spent a total of $11 on everything. I think those vintage scrapbooks, I think they'll bring anywhere from $15 to $20. There is a market out there for those. They're the ones that have the strings that tie and with the paper. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go help my wife stock the ice cream trucks, and that's where I'm at now. Okay, folks, just going over what I picked up today. I picked up all this for $11. May not look like much, and maybe it's not. I think I'm going to do okay. I picked up these two different kinds of icicles here. I'll probably sell them together as a lot. 6-pack of each. Icicle ornaments, originally from the Christmas house. I picked up this cross on a chain. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I just thought it was kind of cool. Picked up 3 brooches. This is the only one that was marked, Monet. These 2, I just knew it was Christmas coming up, and I thought that would probably sell fairly quickly. So a turtle, just because I thought turtles were cool. Again, I don't think it's anything spectacular, but the other piece was this. I don't even really know what this is. That's why I picked it up. It's got alligator clips on the back side. And then, yeah, a design on the front. Almost looked like a bent over staple. But I also picked up these bird salt and pepper shakers. The only flaw on them, this one right here, if you can see that. I don't know if it's some sort of resin or what it is. If any of you guys have seen anything like this, I mean, I actually thought they were metal at first. I mean, they're finished inside and out. But it almost makes me wonder if, I don't know, that whole foot thing, it looks like it's misshapen. So I don't know if somebody tried to do a repair on it and didn't do such a good job, because you can see that clearly the feet are different on both of those. So anyway, let me put his little head back on. There you go. I just thought they were kind of cool. And I showed you early in the video this hat. My wife is a cross between a bulldog and an Indian. When she's not on the warpath, she's sitting on her ass growling. My wife was not very appreciative of it, but hey. I also picked up these 3 vintage scrapbooks. This is for photographs. And you can see it hasn't been used. I'm assuming that this one's vintage. I don't see very many scrapbooks in the store with the ties. And here's another one. This one did have a few pages out of it. Must have been somewhat used, and they just tore the photos out of it. It was originally $3.47 Sprouse Reeds. Never heard of that store. And then this one here, this red one. It's a little bit larger. It does have this poster, 76 Union. I don't know if that was, I don't know if there's any significance to that, but I may end up selling it individually. But none of the pages were used in here. I'm thinking that the scrapbooks themselves can carry, anywhere from $10 to $20 a piece. But anyway, I don't know about the rest of them. I'm still looking, so. Oh, she did throw in 2 jewelry boxes. Anyway, that's it for this haul.